Well, hello everybody. I'm back by popular demand, I guess. What are we up to today? We are gonna do some more chainsaw milling. You got a beautiful sunset coming in the background. I've been getting literally so many comments about why I haven't done an 8-foot board. So what did you guys do? You went and put an 8-foot board up here. It's actually 8 foot 3 inches. And I'm just kidding about the comments. Nobody's asked me why I haven't done an 8-foot board. But if you're curious, because I haven't needed one for the project that I'm doing. But then I might think, maybe I'll change my project a little bit and make like a 7-foot high, 7'6" high wall on the slant for my deer stands. So here we are. I'm gonna attempt my first 8-foot board with my setup, which might not be too great, but I think it'll be fun to do. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna see what happens. Kind of make a short video, I guess, and we're gonna put that baby to work, see what we can do today. Thanks for tuning in and stay tuned. So like I always say, like we talked about, find the center of your board right there. I went up to measure, or to take as much board as I could. I'm level. I think we can focus on that. So now we're gonna go do the exact same thing to the next side, and then we're ready to make our first cut. And we should get some nice board after that first cut, because we're already 7 inches wide, 9.5 inch wide on this one. So we'll get some really nice lumber out of it. So this side's all leveled and up and ready to go. Now if you look at this board with this log, we have a huge, well I shouldn't say huge, but a big lump right there. I've never milled a board like this before, so I got it leveled out on this end as well. My same distance from my center to the bottom. So we're gonna put the 2x4s on, we're gonna mill it up, and we're gonna see what happens. Should work out good. It's my first time doing this, so I'm kind of learning as I go. So thanks for sticking with me here as I learn, and maybe we can learn a little something together. I'm by no means a professional, never claimed to be. I'm just learning as I go, and practice makes perfect, I guess. So what I had to do is I had to move my screws for my stop here, obviously on my boards. But you can see my problem. I don't have too much sticking out for the mill to ride on at either end. So I need longer boards, or I can try it and see what happens. So I think I'm gonna go with plan B. Try it and see what happens. After all, I'm not building a house. It's gonna be pretty squared, I think, I hope. So I'll take the top off here and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we did our cut. It actually didn't go too bad. A little narrower here, and then here we're really narrow, right? So we're only to like 3-4 inches here. So that might take away from a little bit of our 2-inch, as far as being obviously 6 inches across here, and then we're thicker here. So we can go ahead and take these boards off. We'll just gently set them right over there. That looks like a good spot. So let's it's narrow in the center. It is narrow in the center. Just about broke off, it's so narrow in the center. So let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. 7 inches here. Little bark on there, 6.5. Let's get to this down here, and I guess it is about 5 inches. Just doesn't really look like it because of how wide it is here again. Because we're 8.5 inches here. So let's clean this up good. Make a cut, make another cut, and this should be a nice piece of lumber. Okay guys, this is what I got out of the big log. This is 2 inches, and this one is 2 inches as well. Now, I didn't have what I thought was going to be enough for a good 2x2, I guess, so I decided to cut some 1x's. So this one I cut at 1 inch. And you know, if you look down there, that's pretty darn straight. This one, I cut it 3/4 of an inch. Same thing, it's pretty darn straight. Okay, so last night I was able to finish some of these cuts. This was the 8-foot board that I did. This was part of it as well. So I wasn't going to cut these into 2x2s yet, because as I started to here, you can see where it started to come in right here and started to pinch. So I'm going to wait with that. This was another one that I did cut, and I did make this into 2x2s. This is my 1x, so that's 1x6. And this is the 3/4 by 6, which I cut down, and these are 8 feet 3 inches long, I think. So that turned out pretty good. So anyways, here's my boards that I have cut up so far. I got more down below there. They're just gonna sit like this to dry over the winter. I'll keep cutting a few more this year yet. So hopefully we can get a few more in here. We can keep them drying over the winter time, and then we'll take them out in the spring and see what we can do with continuing of the build. So the lumber is going pretty good. I'll keep recording. I'm going to keep cutting some more up here throughout the next week or two as long as I can. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.